Hello, everybody. It's your boy WEEZYFMAMBA, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much again for being here. We really appreciate it. On today's video, we are going to be ranking the Halloween film franchise in tier list format from S tier all the way down to D tier. We're going to breeze through the 13 films that have been released so far in the Halloween franchise, and I am super excited about this. We just finished the Friday the 13th film franchise and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre film franchise. If you guys want to check those out, they're uploaded on the channel now. And let's get right into it, man. Let's pop the fuck off and hop over. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves some good old-fashioned pictures here that you guys are going to take a look. We're going to go backwards. Let's start back the very end here. Halloween Ends, D tier, chat. This movie was an abomination. The new trilogy, unfortunately, ended with one of the worst, possible finales that you can even imagine. The fact that the Halloween trilogy ended this way with Michael Myers being on screen for 26 minutes out of a 2-hour-long movie, it was slow as fuck, hardly any gore. The kills were Again, everything wrong with this film. It's D tier. Is it the worst? No, but we'll get there. Okay. Kills, C tier, just as bad. Halloween Kills, the prequel to this film, Halloween Ends. Halloween Kills had much better kills. The return, again, the really like decently badassery return of Laurie Strode, back in her element, one-on-ones with Michael. Again, it just doesn't feel right. Because of the dialogue. Most of these films are going to be not the best. You know what I mean? There's a few good ones, but slashers are slashers. They're entertainment regardless. Halloween Ends wasn't entertaining, period, even as a slasher film. So at least Halloween Kills had some badass action sequences, a lot more gore, and just overall more Laurie, right? So enjoyed. The 2018 reboot is S tier for me. The reboot bringing back Michael Myers in his form, that's not Rob Zombie, okay? And we'll get to that for sure. But Michael, back being Michael, the gore, the mask, arguably the best since the original, the terror, the music, the score, the sound, the directing. This movie was fucking great, dude. What happened with Kills and Ends, I'll never understand, because they did such a good job on the 2018 trilogy, the original of the trilogy, the first one, 2018, but then dropped the ball on Kills and Ends. I'll never understand it. Moving on to Rob Zombie, okay? And Mr. Zombie is all the way at the bottom, ladies and gentlemen. Halloween 2, arguably the worst film in this franchise. The Mask, the kills, the dialogue, the direction, all of it. Rob Zombie dropped the ball. His first version was better than Ends. It's still D tier because it's not the same. It's just fucking garbage. I enjoy the kills in Halloween, the reboot, the Rob Zombie reboot, but I don't enjoy the film. So again, it's kind of like Jason X, you know, the kills were top notch, but the film was meh. Again, D tier though for me, because Rob Zombie really royally fucked this movie franchise up with his 2 films. Moving on to Resurrection. Now, this is my list, so don't front, because at the end of the day, we all have our opinions. Somebody's gonna easily say that Rob Zombie's Halloweens are the best of all time. There's gonna be people that say that. There's also gonna be people that say that Resurrection is the worst film in the franchise. However, Resurrection to me is top of C tier, maybe even B tier, just because of how much fun it is. First off, I love found footage bullshit. I love campy, cheesy, you know it's going to be bad horror, okay? Halloween Resurrection literally aces this. It's bad. It's supposed to be, because it's got rappers and B-grade actors alongside Jamie Lee Curtis. We have literally one of the worst like story plots of like a fucking reality show at Michael's house. Like, come on, who greenlit this movie? But I had a blast watching this. I love this film simply because the dialogue's great, the kills are good, the characters are likable. Stop fronting on Halloween Resurrection, okay? H2O, chat, A tier. You guys know the return of Laurie Strode. 20 years later, we have the return of Michael Myers in easily one of the worst masks of the series. You can see his fucking eyes. And the CGI mask? What was that? Who greenlit the Michael Myers design in this film? If you can get past that, this is a badass movie. You guys know that we have, again, Jamie Lee Curtis reprising her role, Michael Myers back in his form. This was a great film after you had a ridiculously bad 4, 5, and 6. Okay? And that's where we lead next is 4, 5, and 6. And chat, these are going to be bang, bang, sorry, bang, bang, and bang. The introduction of Jamie Lloyd. Jamie Lee Curtis said that she would no longer come back to reprise her role as Laurie Strode. And so they wanted to continue the Michael Myers story, and we'll get to that in just a minute. So I'm actually going to go ahead and showcase Halloween 3 real quick while we talk about this. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Originally Halloween as a series with John Carpenter and Wes Craven was supposed to be an anthology series where we had Michael Myers for movies 1 and 2, and then we were moving on to a new killer in 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6 is going to be a new killer. Everybody was up in arms about Halloween 3 not having Michael Myers in the film. So that's why they brought him back. In Halloween 4, the return of Michael Myers. This is why Laurie was like, fuck off. Or I keep saying Laurie, but Jamie Lee Curtis was like, fuck off. I don't want to come back. Later realizing, oh, I'm an idiot because even if I'm not in the movies, these people are still watching these and they're making millions of dollars at the box office. Let me go cash in again. Maybe Jamie Lee Curtis really liked the script of H2O and hated the script for Halloween 4 and said, nah, and they had to stick with it because Jamie's son her. So they made it to where Jamie's daughter, now I'm saying Jamie, Laurie Strode's daughter is in the film, and Michael somehow has to be after her. And there's a whole fucking gaggle of supernatural bullshit that comes into play with, like, you know, telekinesis and fucking time travel. Like, what was that, man? What was the block of Halloween 4 through 6? Other than corny kills, bad dialogue, the actress who played Jamie Lloyd was badass, and then and literally in Halloween 6, in fucking the first 10 minutes they kill her off. Like, get out of here, dude. It was terrible. Here's your contrary to a lot of people's beliefs. We're moving back to Halloween 3. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, does not take place with Michael Myers. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, however, as a standalone horror film, is fucking awesome. This is one of those things that people do not think is going to be good because there's no Michael, the wrap around it. This is a cult classic film. H3, absolutely awesome by itself. No Michael, no problem, baby. This is an A-tier film for me. And for me, that's all that matters. It is so fun the way that they were able to portray this film without Michael Myers. Give it a try as a solo project. Don't go into it thinking, I need to watch a Halloween film right now and it needs to be Michael or a slasher of sorts in that sense. Don't do that. Just watch the film. I'll tell you. Halloween 2, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be put in a B tier. We're going to have a B tier. I wasn't expecting that. Halloween 2, the sequel to Halloween, aka the first film in the franchise. Halloween 2 takes place at a hospital, essentially. The entire fucking movie, right? Goddamn near. The entire fucking movie. It actually is a direct sequel. It's so much of a sequel that it's the same night as the original Halloween film, just after the Halloween film ended. And Laurie goes to the hospital. And now Michael is back to wreak vengeance on Laurie inside the hospital. Again, it's iconic because it feels like it's one movie with H1 and H2, but H1 was obviously, I mean, I think it was 3 years apart when they filmed those together. I think H2 was 81, if I'm not mistaken. But it is what it is. It's a good film. Man, I gotta put this in A tier. Right? Just from the continuation. I don't mind films. Now I'm just thinking, I don't mind films taking place in one set, essentially. I mean, I watched a movie called Phone Booth with Kiefer Sutherland and Colin Farrell, and that movie was fucking gas. And the entire film was Colin Farrell in a phone booth. Okay, come on. So maybe I shouldn't give it so much heat that it only took place in a hospital. It's okay. It's A tier. But here we are, chat. You guys know it's a good film. It's a sequel. It can't really be that far off. It's a little bit different. The kills were a little whack. The gore was a little whack at H2, but here is the terror, the fright, the OG Halloween film. Was there any other answer here? Was there any other answer? No. Absolutely not. The original Halloween is so iconic. I got it in the back here on my screen. The original Halloween is so iconic that it is literally took a budgeted film of probably, I think it was like 80 grand into a fucking multi-million-dollar company, corporation, the franchise. It's just so good. So good. And unfortunately, in that scenario, that's where we're kind of sitting. Is the list, man. And it's unfortunate. Again, it's unfortunate that we have never been able to live up to this potential. Since 1978, every film released since then has been a worse Halloween film. Majority of them ridiculously worse. At least the 2018 remake allowed us to get back into the mind of Michael. But again, the original film, Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis's iconic performance, the babysitting scenario, the babysitting scene made it so scary for everybody because everybody was babysitting. Everybody was babysitting now, then, tomorrow. It doesn't matter. The babysitter story arc put fear in the lives of millions of people. And the fact that they introduced a slasher who's walking the streets, killing people without saying a word behind a mask is genius storytelling. It's an incredible film. It's fucking in the SAG. You guys know the deal. It's in the SAG wards. Like, it's going to be retired. It's going to be protected just like TCM. It is so iconic that you can ask, again, walk up the street right now and go up and ask somebody, hey, do you know who Michael Myers is? They'll know who Michael Myers is without even seeing the movies. Okay? That is it for me today, Chads. Tell me what you guys think of my Halloween tier list. What is in your tier list? Okay? What do you guys rank S tier or D tier? Let me know down in the comment section. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, hit the subscribe button, and of course, turn on that notification bell. That way you guys get notified every time I go live here on YouTube, over on Twitch, and anytime that I bring you brand new horror-related content. I love you guys so much. We'll catch you on the next video. Peace out.